Welcome to our weekly series with Ambassador Dr. Smiley. So, Dr. Smiley, today we're just gonna talk about a few, talk about issues related to um, key steps how to make your life better, believe,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a steps towards a more fulfilling life, and this is a very important topic because many people are experiencing a less of life because of the fact that they don't know how to, make their life meaningful and fulfilling. So we have the opportunity to have this discussion today, and you are welcome to the show, Smiley.
Good evening. Thank you very much. It's been always a pleasure with you, being my great friend and such a great connection, though we are just in same country, but a little bit, far away. However, loving you all, my beautiful viewers, audience. I'm sure all of you are connecting and engaging with us. If not, keep engaging because connection is building and bringing more opportunities. And further down the lane, we have much more greater news and opportunities coming on the way. So thank you very much. Stay tuned and enjoy today's topic, which is pretty much meaningful, and we're gonna dive into it right away.
Right. Definitely. Our viewers follow and comment. And again, this topic that we are discussing today is to sorry about that. There was a glitch there. How having steps to having a more fulfilling lives. Like I said in the beginning, there are challenges in this life. So in order to make it a meaningful life, to make it more fulfilling, there are certain steps that we have to look at. And Dr. Smiley, I will just let you to dive into it, and I will come and then I put some addition. What are the steps that will give us a more fulfilling lives?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so very much for giving me the platform. Well, I always say that life is full of ups and downs. And at the same time, it brings us opportunity. But before we dive into the topic, I would always be requesting each and every one that first and foremost is to better understand yourself and love yourself because this is your life and you can make the best of it on your thoughts and your lifestyle, your vision, your mission. So, here is exactly what we are gonna talk about. In order to make the life much more fulfilling, there are certain things we need to focus more on rather, fostering lot of things like relationship, finance, health, your contribution, your mission and vision, and at the same time, within your capacity, working upon yourself and believing in your own magic. So, these are couple of things when we see that we need to talk, we need to dive deeper into it. That is from shifting your mindset from passive to an active mode. Active means action. Action means what you need to do, what you need to take because it's your life. And God has given us this beautiful life. And we need to lead and make it much more impactful and beautiful, not only for ourselves, but in order to embrace getting all the opportunities God has given us at the present. and take the better to move ahead to make a better life for ourselves. What do you say?
Very wonderful, wonderful. Yes, that's the journey. That's the journey here. The journey to live a life well lived. The journey to a life well lived. So, uh, as you said, in order for you to have a fulfilling life, you have to look at certain things. You have to look at, yeah, and identify who you really are. Some people, they find it difficult to understand who is through them. So the quicker you know who you are, the better you become happier, the better you become to understand yourself, and of course, the better you live a life full of joy, successes, and other stuff. So to live an authentic life, you must first identify what really means, what identity, and what you must first identify what it really means to be you,
Yes.
what it means to be you. Who are you?
Yes.
The key is to realize that everything you do in and out, you will begin in your inner world. So you have your inner world and you have the outer world. If you
Yes.
cannot get yourself together in the inner world, which means within yourself, then you're gonna have a problem dealing with the outer world. So when you discover your purpose and what makes you feel what makes you feel most alive, you can make wise choices and changes. Once you discover your purpose, very important, you have to discover that early. Then you can make how you can know how to make you feel most alive. What are the things that will make you feel that you really lived? And also, what are the things you can make, to change choices to make and the changes to make. So this is all focusing on knowing who you really are. So you know from the inner world, and you also can deal with the outer world. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, sometimes I find that people really, they are diving deeper into the materialistic world, not focusing on authentically on themselves. I put pressure on this. That means genuinely real who you are. What is your vision? What is your purpose? Like I always mention that getting into a good profession, earning, everything is fine, good. But at the end of the day, you have to see beyond your career contribution. That means give back to community, fostering, giving at your utmost. That means you are through with your passion. What makes you feel doing happy? When you cultivate those over and above what professionally or what you know you are doing for your living, you make a better version of yourself. So
Yeah.
first thing is that I'm not focusing only, oh yeah, get into a job, opportunities are there, keep working, keep earning, come back and just this is not what you are, because there are many people, they are so much zapped about. Why? Because of the reason that 9 to 6, oh my god, it's so tiring, but that is not their passion. When you dive deeper into your passion, that means if you turn to be an entrepreneur, you see the passion built up, the fire in you, the quality you have. the skill you can put in, and you can earn yourself a badge, a top badge who you are. That's my focus point. That's the first thing in order to make your life fulfilling.
Mhm. Very good. Yeah, that being said, focusing on yourself and following those steps will really help give you a fulfilling life. And also, Smiley, you can also count on, um, things like practicing empathy and compassion. Uh, Everyone deserves meaning and fulfillment and security, even if it is expressed in different ways. So it is therefore important to get out of our bubbles and appreciate life from other person's point of view. So on one way we can express empathy and compassion, um, by kind deeds. So like once you started doing kind things to people, that is also considered as a fulfillment. It's like like you kind of feel like you have achieved something and you have made differences in people's life, especially areas like community services, voluntary work, and so forth. So those are all areas that are considered as practicing empathy and compassion. So that is very important. And in addition, what can also make you as an individual, your life's fulfilling, more fulfilling, that you have really lived a good life, is that when you take care of yourself first. um, Before you take care of anyone, you should be taking care of yourself first. It is difficult to live a life that is full when you have a poor health first. Like you have to really trying to work on your health, self care, which involve looking after your mental health, emotional, physical, spiritual, and so forth. So if you get those under control, then when you are able to take good care of yourself in that manner, then it's much easier to support and care for others. So your self care comes first, and then you can try to extend your care to others. So I think by doing that, by being compassionate and being empathy to people around you, you can really, you know, achieve a fulfilling life. And at the same time, if you are able to work on yourself in these areas, when it comes to emotional, mental health, physical health, and the spiritual health, you should be in a good position to take care of others as well. And this will be very meaningful to your life. What do you think?
Absolutely. That goes without, saying that you put yourself first. When you dive into yourself, who you are, you can make a better environment around you, your aura. You become more positive. Your synergy, your, energy is just vibrating because you know who you are. You stand headstrong. You can face challenges. And at the same time, you can give it back to the community. You know what? I'll just give you was very simple, example and all. Sometimes I always, um, find that giving back to community in various ways, helping, supporting, even your, giving back to your neighbor, just it gives so much satisfaction to me. You won't believe, trust me. At the end of the day, I always count on those, and those turns out to be, trust me, I mean, doing something for the community, doing something for volunteering, giving back to community. Doing something with, serving something with your own hands, it gives me so much of pleasure. When I serve my clients, make the products for them, and I deliver with my own hands, it gives me so much. Sometimes my clients say, "Hey, Smiley, you have come all the way to deliver the product." I said, it gives me so much of satisfaction. Not that I'm able to, no, 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 Smiley, your time is highly precious. You could have, sent one of your team member to come and deliver. I said, no. You know what? I believe this relationship to serve, and I'm able to give it to you with my own hands in person, it gives me so much of pleasure. So these are beyond, and that called the fulfillment at the end of the day. Not that, how much I earn, but I count how much I could do. I could give it back. I could serve. And if everyone focus on that, you see how life becomes so much meaningful, peaceful, and happy.
Very good, very good. I experience the same thing really. Working in the community. Sometimes I do food pantry, help with my community, and some people will come and say thank you. You guys are doing an awesome job. You're making life, changing lives, and all of that. So at the end of the day, you feel like you've completely accomplished something, and you are completed. So that is very very important. Yeah. So another thing that areas that I think is important with having to build this self fulfillment life, to make sure that your life is well lived. We have to find meaning at work. For instance, we go to work, we spend most of our time over there, and then it's crucial that we find a job that actually we feel passionate about, instead of just working for the money. Let's say
Correct.
you are forced to like do a job that's going to stress you, and mentally, physically, this job is something that doesn't really fit your choice of likening, something that you like to do. Then I'm telling you, it could be really taking a toll on you, because you can feel bored, unsatisfied, and a sign of depression, because you feel like you are at a place where you don't belong, or the job you are doing is not what you feel or what you think is suitable for you, but you're just doing it because of the money. So we have
Correct.
to look at that, and that could be really really um draining to your well-being and
Yeah.
a life well lived, because some of the root cause of unhappiness come from the job, our job places, and some of the stress. So we have to make
Absolutely.
sure that we made a choice when selecting the job that we are doing, and we make sure that we feel good about it. Now, another thing that I want to add to that is how we select our relationship. So, as humans, we are social beings. We are hardware for connection. We are social beings, and we are hardware for connection. However, we need to be selective about this connection. We cannot just go and connect with everybody. The energy has to be there, and then the relationship has to sync. You know, we cannot. We have to let go of the drain of a relationship with negative and dishonest, or that are critical. Those critical people. We have to let go such kind of relationship where it's draining. I mean, and then it's the negative, dishonesty, and people who are critical. So we need to know to build a relationship with people we have the same energy with, that will bring us positive energies, and then this will also result to a life well lived. We cannot just be falling in a relationship with people who would instead bring our zeal, and then our hopes and dream down the drain. So that energy is really important, and I think if us as people, we apply that in our lives, and then definitely that could give us a good fulfilling life. Yeah. You want to add something to that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is something, we must focus on, because sometimes we are so much engrossed. And especially, don't take me wrong again, I like to put my own experiences and facts and all here, just to make it more meaningful and impactful as well. That, sometimes women, they try to suppress. Oh, that's okay. I mean, no, learn to say no, learn to walk away, and then you
Hmm.
can set your boundaries and you can have your peace. What's that which is holding you? Just get rid of that and live a peaceful life. Why you are carrying that heavy luggage? When you travel, can you travel with a heavy luggage? You think that when you travel light, how comfortable you are. You have more space. You have more creativity. You can look around. You can breathe in. It's exactly with your life as well. So more you keep putting yourself into many crowd, into every platforms, into every communities, into every groups, into every parties, and so on and so forth. That means you are putting yourself into too much. Try to be selective.
Hmm.
Powerful, successful people, they are selective. That means your aura is not meant for everyone, because it is just been going. So that means you are too much getting stressed into it. What if you had selective people, selective places, selective community to
Hmm.
move on, and then you see how much space you have within yourself. You are not stressed. You have more
Yeah.
breathing space, and you can have more space for positivity, for more creativity, for more elaborately bringing in more and more power in you. Because the more you fill yourself, more you fill up your cup, then only you can pour to others, but not for everyone. So here is my point, that especially for women, learn to set your boundaries, learn to walk away, learn to say no.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Boundaries are very good because you cannot overuse yourself and you cannot overdo yourself. Once you started to do that, then you're gonna pay the price one way or the other, and that's what you don't want.
Yeah.
So set your boundaries are very important, like Smiley said, and definitely you should not you wouldn't have a problem. Another area that could help you become more fulfilling with life, I would say, is you never stop learning. You know,
Yes.
learning process is continuous until the end of time. If the day you stop learning will be the day that you are out of this world, because every day new things happen. It doesn't matter how old you live, how old you are, but things just keep rolling each and every day. If you think you know more, I mean, you know a lot, you haven't seen a lot yet, or you haven't even known much yet. So, the moment you stop learning, you are gone. That's just learning comes the same time with being in existence or out of existence. There's always something new to discover. You just have to go out of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Search for the unknown and get to know it. So that is that is something that could bring self fulfillment in life and make you live, your life well lived.
Yes.
Another thing is you gotta search for help and guidance at some point. You know, sometimes it's good to have coaches on certain things, or even psychotherapists even can guide you on certain things. You don't have to be too, you know, bolded or too distant, that too big to get those kind of help. because what help does is that it make you open up to whatever circumstances or things that you need improvement on, and you know the help will kind of guide you through that journey. So that's why these professionals in these areas that can that can help you become mindful of your patterns of behavior, understand like if they are having any things like stress or any things like anxiety or fear or things that bothering you. uh so psychotherapist could discover all of those things, and some coaches to assist you to feel more worthy and purposeful, and you can have a richness in your living. So it's important, very important, to seek help and guidance from professionals who can help. What do you have to say to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always say that have a mentor beside you. Always have a person, a coach who can guide, who can mentor you. No matter who you are, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That gives you the strength. And at the same time, that trust
Mhm.
that I'm moving on a right journey. I am there. Nothing is stopping. Fearlessly, powerfully, I'm moving. Even if I pause, there is a reason behind.
Mhm.
And we always talk about, bounce back with a lot of fuel up. So having a mentor, having a coach, having a psychotherapist, whatever you can say, beside you. And if you can have, there is always a saying, I do not know whether you know it or not, that always have a doctor, a lawyer, always have a friend, a doctor and a lawyer. And if you have that, you are the most luckiest person. What do you say?
Yes. I think having a doctor and a lawyer is something that we can emphasize more and more. Those not limited to that, but those ones are critical because at some point you will get sick, and at some point you will run into issues. Uh, and then the third thing I would say, maybe have a financial advisor that might also a financial coach to show you how certain opportunities are and certain financial investments are available. And then yeah, so those areas are key, you know so don't be afraid to have somebody to guide you, a professional, even if you're gonna pay a few bucks here and there. But it is important. That's how people become better at each other in many many ways. And then of course people get more assistance from this, because it just takes certain directions or certain guidelines, or guide somebody to guide you to be able to improve on certain things in life that could bring you a self fulfillment. So
Absolutely.
I definitely agree on that area. But I'm gonna say also we have to practice gratitude. um
Yes.
Gratitude, people take it for granted, but it's definitely important. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life. Be thankful, to the Almighty, that
Yes.
you have been given a life better than others. If you look, they said that if you look, if you look down, I mean, if you look up to people that are above you, if you look down, you will see a lot of people below you. So those ones who are trying to get to where you are. So don't be only looking up, but you also have to look down to see how far you came and be
Sure.
thankful for that. You cannot Be always beating yourself. I'm not this, I'm not that, I can do this psychologically. While you have really traveled, you have really traveled in life, you have really hit milestones. So you need to recognize that. And that the benefit of expressing gratitude include improve health, improve relationship, physical and emotional health, sleeping habit, mental stigma, and then also energy and overall happiness. If you feel if you definitely show gratitude, your entire system become happy. Being grateful is one of the most simplest and most powerful thing you can do. It's not that hard to be grateful and to thanking God and thanking everything that you have or that you have achieved. And it is most powerful thing you can do because it fulfill who you become. It brings you to a close so that you have achieved something, and then you are celebrating that what you have achieved by being showing gratitude and be thankful and grateful. Yeah, so I think that is very important. What Yeah, what do you say about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I always, end of the day, I always look myself that I have traveled this much all by myself with Almighty God. So I always remain so thankful to God and get up with that blessing that God, you have given me this life so that I can move ahead, bringing more wonders. And with the blessing of you and my parents, I'm able to travel this much. I'm able to take decisions. I'm able to cultivate and bring that authenticity, real me. I don't have to compare with others because all are materialistic. So we don't have to aim to look at proving ourselves. We have to focus on improving ourselves. And that is very important. Always remain humble and respect for your parents because you are into this world because of them. And nowadays, this humbleness, gratitude is just missing out of the world. I do not know where it is getting diluted, but this is just getting out of the world. We are forgetting our lovely parents. We have no time for our parents.
Hmm.
So, yeah, at the end of the day, that is not your fulfillment. Unless I talk to my parents, I just can't sleep because that is the least I could do for them. They are far away. And that gives me that fulfillment
Hmm.
that I'm able to deliver, do my duty as a responsible daughter. And
Yeah.
because at this stage, they need us the most. So these are tenderness, humbleness, and gratitude, and remain always humble and grateful to God and to parents. And look up how much you have traveled. No need to compare with others. Because when you start comparing with others, then you say, oh, I can't do this. I have not done this. I have to do this. They have done. Forget about that.
Yeah.
Everyone is different. So we have to focus on ourselves and appreciate remaining humble that how far I have traveled with the
Yeah.
blessing.
Yeah, that's very important. Parents are important in life, and then the connection with them, and making sure that they are taken care of, and then they are looked after, and then they are speak to them even though you're far. It's important. So that's something that all of us here. who have our parents, you know, either far from us or living with us, should be really practicing that and getting that connection. Yeah. And another thing that I want to add to Smiley, your point, is that you have to determine your goals. Most people, the reason why they don't feel completely well, their life doesn't feel well lived because they don't have any goal settings. So determining your goals is the most important step to allow you to define your needs and wants in life. So if you don't know what you want in life or what you need, then life itself becoming uh I mean unmeaningful to you. You don't have a meaning towards your life. So to define what you want to achieve, consider making a list of personal or professional goals, especially in the beginning of the year, that you can accomplish. It is important you think of both long-term and short-term goals. Some people, they only write or they put together only short-term goals, but you have to also have long-term goals. I always have these two sides on side. So these are the long-term goals that I want to achieve in the next 5 years or next 10 years, and these are the short-term goals that I want to achieve this year. So there will be two different goals, but at least your eye is on them and you have them in your mind, and you can go and achieve them. So that's very important. And in some cases, you may be successful working on accomplishing some of these goals at the same time, but sometimes you are not. For example, if your main goal is to move to another country, some of your small goals may be like finding a well-paid job or something like that, or learning a new language. So the bigger goals take longer time, and of course, we need more resources or more capacity. But sort of goals, definitely you can just jump in and do those. You don't have to wait. And also, if you have a goal setting, don't procrastinate things. Procrastination end up getting your dreams or your goals die on the way. So when you say I want to do this, try to do it right away, especially if you know that this is something that needs to be done. But if you want to put it away, say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it next week, or I'll do, and keep pushing it, then that's how those kind of goals will disappear in the air. Yeah. So goal setting is very important. Smiley, do you have anything to add to that, or you have something else to say?
Well, I think our audience is enjoying. They are just, diving into each of our, topics and tuning in and listening and so on and so forth. Yes, goals important. So, so my question to all audience is that remember, your goals are just right. You are almost there. Never try to take a pause. And when you tune in to our weekly shows, then you know your goal to get connect with us. So don't delay, don't pause, because that is also one of your goal, how to get connect with us and be a part of this weekly series as well. What do you say?
Yes, yes, yes. It's very important to stay connected with us here on this platform, and also follow Smiley on her page. It's important because he always out there to give it all, to the world, and amplify her voice on very important issues, like the issues that we are talking about today. How to live, have a life well lived, or fulfilling life, which is very important. Many people can relate to this. I can say almost everyone. This is a goal that everyone has, but what are the steps? So that's why we're here. That's what we are talking about today. Now, this is the reason why it's important to follow us. On our weekly series. It's aired on Thursdays, 12 instance. So be on the lookout for that. And then again, it's always important to have, like it's what do you call it, a goal, I mean a system or a goal, or a plan of how you wanna educate yourself, or you wanna learn certain things. Because the reason why we came up with this uh, portion of the show, or this particular part, is we know what people go through, including ourselves. We are people, right? So we know what we go through each and every day, and these experiences that we go through, and we see our friends and families and people we know go through, then we come to bring that to the table and discuss it. We are not like, an expert super expert in anything of that nature. We just have, experience, and we do our research, and we analyze from the best of our ability, and of course we give our honest thoughts and opinions, and we base on facts. Again, based on facts, because most of our discussion here are either research related, or we we are taking examples of personal experience, which is a fact. So I hope you're gonna continue to, watch and share, and then again follow my partner here on Smiley is all over the place. So, and then we can come up with more fulfilling and more interesting topic. The other thing that I want to add to this particular topic is that um, everyone in this life should ask themselves, questions, and should have a self-evaluation. People usually don't do that. They only look at positive, positive, positive. Yes, it's always good to look at positive, and sometimes they even overlook that. What they have achieved, what God has blessed them, they overlook that. They rather be criticizing, self-criticizing, and don't understand, like what life, how life is, because life has twofold, up and down, in and out, man and woman. You can go along, you know. So that's why life is never stable. Life or death, you know, uh, safe or unsafe, and all of that. You can go on. So God has put that in our lives so that He can give us the experience and not be too comfortable. Why would God want us not to be too comfortable? So that we know we are not in control. If you've already been here and then you never had any bad thing, then you will probably think you are better than you are even God, because you think you are in control. But God has given us test us with all this, up and downs, in and out. You know, you are poor today, you are rich tomorrow, so that He's telling you that you are not in control. Somebody above us is in control. So that being said, just need to understand that um, what we do in this life is what we get. Nobody would get something that you haven't done. I mean, if you, that's not the law. It's the law of mankind or creation. Because if that's the case, we all got to sit down in our house and they expect to get stuff. But it doesn't work like that. That's why it's very good to put your work out there and then do it well, so you can get that reward. If you put your work out there and do it really well, you're going to get that reward. If you want to test that, go out there and put a lousy work. Like, let's say you are a writer and you go and do garbage writing and you put out there. Guess what? Nobody is going to look at it. And you'll be surprised why. So it's better to put time and effort in whatever you do and focus on it and do it the best of your ability. I guarantee you, you're gonna get the best out of it. So this is all, you know, part of self fulfillment. If you want to achieve certain things, since the day you came to this world, you should be having a long term vision and short term vision. What would I want to become? What kind of person would I want to be? What kind of life would I want to live? And started building up since in the beginning. You don't wait until you say, "Oh, when I grow up, I will start building up." No. If let's say you want to be working to become an educator, and you sit down, and elementary school comes, you say, "I'm not going to school," and you know so elementary school, high school comes. How can you become an educator? You cannot wait until at the age of 18 and you become an educator, because that time you cannot go back. It has to start since when you are at the age of 5 in kindergarten and work your way up. So everything has every goal need to be set at the right time when it's supposed to, and then you walk your way towards achieving that goal as a long term goal or short term goal. So, Smiley, if you want to add anything to that, so we can look at wrapping it up. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes, without saying that, like we mentioned every time, that every progress, small progress, is also a progress.
Yeah.
And less we start comparing ourselves, more fulfilling our life will be. Why we are under stress, why we cannot meet or reach to our goal or destination, because we are too much focused watering the other grass. Try to water your own grass to make it green. And that way you remain fulfilled towards your own goal. It could be anything. It could be anything. Sometimes, when I see, again, don't take me wrong, women
No.
and all, oh, I'm just a homemaker. Oh, I'm not that. You see where I'm coming from? I say every human being is talented. You have to work upon your passion. That means taking care of home is also your passion. So you must hat yourself, self care, that you are able to fulfill that. And with that being said, you are able to have that focus on. When you cultivate self awareness, self care, gratitude, humble, respect, real you, authenticity, who you are, work towards your goal, and at the same time, take control of yourself. Do not allow others to validate you, because they are not validated to validate you. Who are they? It's Almighty God is giving us a chance to perform, to learn, to get lessons, tough time, and move ahead. And when you succeed in that, you are able to have the fulfillment, and you always see, oh my God, oh, that storm is over. I could overcome that. Don't you don't you feel happy about it? What you achieve on by yourself, not at the cost of others. That is not fulfillment. Don't try to follow the path and create the path right. You will find the fulfillment. When you stand out, being unique, because you are unique, because no one is you. That's your power. When you cultivate those small steps, small habits, your life will be fulfilled with happiness. Fulfillment doesn't mean in luxury and in materialistic stuff.
Hmm.
Fulfillment is what gives you happy doing what you like to do. That is fulfillment.
That's
For me,
important.
yes, that is fulfillment. At the end of the day, I see how much I could contribute and make others happy.
Yeah, very important.
That is fulfillment, because at the end of the day, if we are counting that how much did I earn is not fulfillment. There are many rich people. They can't sleep, they are stressed, they are not happy, they are in luxury.
Hmm.
But however, dive deeper into some villages.
Hmm.
Those people who are maybe not in luxury, they are having hardships. How fulfilling their life is. So,
Hmm.
have to deeply understand the meaning of fulfillment, to live the way you like doing, feeling happy about it at the end of the day, not being stressed. That's my point.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. As Smiley said, uh, fulfillment is doing and feeling and then achieving the things that you need to do around your life without feeling stressed or pressured. At the end of the day, and feeling that you have accomplished something, because this is how you want it, and then you feel good about it, either helping somebody, working on yourself, accomplishing goals, or doing things that are purposeful in life, things that you think your the purpose are. Because in life you have to have purpose. If you don't have purpose, you just here for for the sake of being here. But if you don't have purpose and goals around those purposes, and having to have those accomplished, then definitely your life doesn't worth living, because you're not be fulfilled, and then at the same time you don't gonna feel like your life was well lived. But at the same times, while you are doing all those great things, achieving all those great things, you also have to have time for yourself. Also have to you know um, reap the fruit of your labor. What I mean by that is you can do all those hard work, and then all those overcoming all those challenges in life, and at the same time you don't celebrate them. So you gotta have time for yourself, and then reap the fruits of your labor, and then having to do it at a manner that will not really undermine anything, but it will be another self-fulfillment, because you feel like you've achieved these things, and you've really enjoyed them to the fullest, and you feel accomplished. So never forget about that. And as much as you out there working daily very hard, think about the things that also you need to do, that will be helping you feel accomplished, by having to enjoy some of the accomplishment that you did, and enjoy them, either taking vacation, or traveling to places, or eating food in nice restaurant, or doing other things, or go cruising or something, just to complement some of this hard work that you've put over the years. And at the same time, like I said, this will be another self fulfillment because those are also goals that need to be incorporated in the stuff that we do. Yeah. So, can you close us up with your final thoughts?
My final thought to everyone is that keep engaging, keep connecting with us, like and share me, follow me on my Facebook page and my dear friend platform as well. We'll be coming up with much more, wonders. But always remember one thing in life is that what you give, you get back. So when you leave the world, you
Hmm.
carry your karma with you.
Yeah.
Believe in your actions. Be kind to your words because every bitterness carries forward. Every softness spreads like a fire. So keep that softness, gratitude, humble, gratefulness, serving others with a smile will be your karma to prove you a better version of yourself.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, those are powerful ending. And again, our viewers, we'll be looking at this. So enjoyed it, share it, make your comments. And again, we are here weekly. That's the Smiley and myself. So we're gonna be here weekly, providing you some more important areas that relates to us as people, and that will definitely enlightening our knowledge, and then of course we will learn from one another. So that being said, have a wonderful good night, and then we definitely catch up next week. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Stay happy, stay blessed.
stay
Catch
blessed.
you
Yeah,
up
thank you.
again next week.
Next week. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy it. Take care.